Thank you very much. If we're here now at the question and answer session, so if you can just align yourself to, we have a mic on the left side and on the right side, and when you have a question, just if you could just identify yourself, and if you have an affiliation, that would be helpful too. We'll start with my left or your right first.
Yes, thank you very much, Sheikh. That was very inspirational. I'm Steve Sawmill. I coordinate an interfaith group in the D.C. area. And I'd like to ask you a two-part question. In Israel-Palestine, the Palestinians have no state, no recognized state.
Yet they're occupied, and I'm wondering what your advice to Palestinians would be who feel so oppressed.
What recourse do they have? Because from your definition, they do not have recourse to jihad. Secondly, in the New York Times today, it's reported that the Palestinian negotiator, Erekat, is saying that with the settlement renewal, that he feels they should go to the United Nations to be recognized as a state, the Palestinians. Yet this article also says that the Arab states, America and the Arab states, advise against doing that. And I'd like to know your opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Answering the second question first, I will endorse this recommendation that they should go to United Nations to be recognized by the state, by United Nations as a state, so that they may get the lawful rights and privileges according to the United Nations charters. Secondly, even if there is no state, for example, to exercise the right of jihad in the form of self-defense, even then what is happening? Even then, in any case, the worst comes to worst, no one is allowed to commit suicide bombing against civilian population. Whether they are Israelites or they are American, they are British or they are Europeans. Nobody is allowed to commit suicide bombing on non-combatant civilians. Nobody is allowed to commit terroristic acts on civilian population, because this act was prohibited even during warfare, as I already explained. So the acts which were being taken up and given the name of jihad itself, they are crimes according to Islamic teachings. They should raise their voice politically, peacefully. They should use the peaceful, political, constitutional, international means and ways through the Arab states, Islamic State, through the through the UNO, and whatever is possible they can do. But if there are, for example, two states, when Israel or any other state, neighboring state fight with each other, so militaries have always right to fight each other or whatever they do on the battlefield. Not the organizations, they are not allowed. They can get recruited in the army. They can get recruited in the military properly, and they should fight as military men against the militaries in the battlefield. But killing the Jewish community or killing the Christian community or killing the Muslim community or the human communities, those who are non-combatants and those who are civilians, this is absolutely not allowed in any circumstances. Thank you.
But the lawful defense, not killing of non-combatants, but lawful defense. You're saying Palestinians could join an army? What are you saying about specifically?
No, if they want to do, they would have become a proper part of the army, joined and proper part of the army, so that they may, as a military, proper military as recruitment, so that they may do whatever they want to do in a proper, according to a state. If state announces a war, then they would be a part of the army of a particular state, if certain state allows. And if they want to do something on their own, so this is not allowed, then they have to act upon the conduct of Prophet, peace be upon him, which he adopted in the first 14 years of Mecca. Same situation was there. There were lot many Muslims in Mecca who did not migrate along with him to Medina. They were inhabitants in Mecca. And as I mentioned, they were being killed. there were acts of persecution and cruelty and killings were being committed against them. Everything was being done. Quran mentioned in Surah An-Nisa, فَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَالْمُسْتَضْعَفِينَ مِنَ الرِّجَالِ وَالنِّسَاءِ وَالْوِلْدَانِ الَّذِينَ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا أَخْرِجْنَا مِنْ هَذِهِ الْقَرْيَةِ ظَالِمِ أَهْلُهَا. The whole situation has been prescribed in Surah An-Nisa. But even these 13 days, everything was being done. But none of the companions took arm against the civilian population of Mecca. Neither Holy Prophet allowed any group to go and take revenge because they are killing our Muslim brothers in Mecca. So this was always, this step was taken as a self-defense or against the aggression by the state. Now the situation is changed since an international treaty has been done through UNO. The best way is to come politically, to use their constitutional right to talk of human rights, come to UNO and develop their political pressure as a community through the states, through the world. They should bring their voice up so that United Nations through the proper constitutional international law means they should take certain steps. In any case, whatever happens, worst comes to us, no organization or group is allowed to take up arms and kill the non-combatants or civilians.